While Arlington, Virginia is best known for being the host city of the National Cemetery, this East Coast city has a lot more to offer than just that singular attraction. From water parks to nature preserves and museum, Arlington is a city that won't disappoint. So keep watching as Viewcation presents the best things to do in Arlington, Virginia. Arlington National Cemetery. Established during the Civil War on land once owned by Robert E. Lee, the Arlington National Cemetery is home to the eternal flame that marks President John F. Kennedy's grave, the Tomb of the Unknowns, and several other final resting places of some of America's most famous residents. Near the entrance of the cemetery is the Robert E. Lee Memorial, also known as the Arlington House. This monument overlooks both the Potomac River and the National Mall. On the site, visitors can see Lee's former home, several gardens, and a number of outbuildings, including ones used as slave quarters. The cemetery is additionally the location of 28 major memorials and monuments, as well as 142 minor ones. Black Heritage Museum of Arlington. While not a physical museum, this organization remains dedicated to preserving and sharing the rich history of Black people in Arlington from 1619 to the present day. The organization's thorough and thought-provoking displays cover the history of enslaved people who lived and worked in the area. The exhibits can be viewed at the Robert E. Lee Memorial at the National Cemetery. They also sponsor a number of educational events around the country that shed a lot of light on the complex history of Arlington. Be sure to consult with the organization's website before booking your trip. Before we tell you more about the best of Arlington, be sure to give this video a like and subscribe to Viewcation if you haven't already. Arlington Cinema and Drafthouse. This historic movie theater is one of the best places in Arlington to catch a film. Second run and classic flicks play on a single screen. While enjoying the show, servers make rounds bringing moviegoers snacks, beer, and movie-themed cocktails. The space is also frequently used for live performances. And some of the biggest names in comedy have also been known to make appearances here. George Washington Memorial Parkway and Hemicycle. Some of the most well-known memorials and monuments can be found immediately adjacent to the National Cemetery. Right outside the cemetery's entrance is the George Washington Memorial Parkway and the Hemicycle. While often erroneously considered to be a part of the burial grounds, these two attractions are independently managed. The Parkway and Hemicycle host some of the most famous monuments and memorials in Northern Virginia, including the Marine Corps War Memorial, the Netherlands Carillon, and the Women in Military Service for America Memorial. Arlington Memorial Bridge. The location of this famous bridge, stretching over the Potomac, symbolically reconnects the North and South. It was built in 1932 and connects the Arlington National Cemetery and the Lincoln Memorial. Designed by architects McKim, White, and Mead, this neoclassical masonry and steel bridge is adorned with statues by famous sculptor Leo Friedlander depicting sacrifice and valor. The Pentagon. The Pentagon is the headquarters of the U.S. Department of Defense. You might know it, but the famous pentagonal-shaped building is actually the largest low-rise office building on the planet. Visitors can take a guided tour that takes about an hour and covers more than 1.5 miles of territory inside the building. As you tour the facility, you'll learn about the various branches of the military and see the Hall of Heroes, an indoor memorial located near the site of the crashed plane that hit the building on September 11, 2001. To tour the Pentagon, you'll want to book your tour at least 2 weeks in advance. Tours are held Monday through Thursday. Ocean Dunes Water Park. This is one of the best things to do in the Arlington area when you're visiting with kids during the summer. This attraction offers guests several ways to cool off during the warmer months. There are numerous water slides, as well as a large swimming pool and several other water features. The recreational facility also includes batting cages and a mini golf course. Theodore Roosevelt Island Park. This national memorial site is located on an 85-acre island in the Potomac. A footbridge leads visitors there from the Virginia side of the river. In addition to the Memorial Plaza, which features a 17-foot-tall statue of the nation's 26th president and a decorative fountain, the park also has a few hiking trails and boardwalks that pass through the island's natural terrain. Signature Theater. If you're feeling up for a live performance, this theater offers guests a local community feel while still bringing in professional-level talent. Signature Theater is a 2-level theater that presents several big stage shows and numerous smaller events throughout the year. It's located in Shirlington Village, one of several charming shopping areas in Arlington that are perfect for taking a nice, leisurely Saturday afternoon stroll. Potomac Overlook Regional Park. This park is one of the most pristine areas in the country. It spans more than 70 acres and, as its name implies, borders the Potomac. The massive park is home to a nature center that presents several popular educational programs geared toward guests both young and old. When you visit, you can learn all about the reptiles and birds being rehabilitated on the grounds, see a summer concert at an outdoor venue, and explore several gorgeous gardens. For more adventurous visitors, you can wander through the forest and hike the Donaldson Run Trail to the shores of the Potomac. Just downstream from the historic river is another popular hiking trail called Windy Run. Arlington Arts Center. The front lawn of this art studio and gallery features some interesting and unconventional pieces of art. Inside, you'll find 9 gallery spaces that play host to a rotating set of exhibits featuring the work of both local and out-of-town artists, some of whom are world famous. The center regularly hosts lectures and other events related to the various collections on display. If you're a creative type, the center allows guests to unleash their creative potential by participating in art classes and workshops. Regardless of your skill level or age, there's sure to be a program right up your alley. Mount Vernon Trail. This 17-mile trail is part of the much larger Potomac Heritage Scenic Trail. Since it's paved, it's quite popular with cyclists, but even on foot, it makes for a great place to get a little fresh air. The trail runs between Mount Vernon and Roslyn, paralleling the George Washington Memorial Parkway. Along the route, you can make stops at places of interest like Gravely Point and Roosevelt Island. It also provides a very scenic view of the Potomac River and the D.C. skyline. The Drug Enforcement Agency Museum. This museum opened its doors in 1999. It features a number of hands-on exhibits and displays that chronicle the history of the DEA, illicit drugs, and their abuse over the last 150 years. The museum's most popular exhibit, Illegal Drugs in America, A Modern History, is both informative and entertaining. Other exhibits include Jimmy's Joint, which features a variety of drug paraphernalia, and the Wall of Honor. Pentagon City and Crystal City. If you're looking for great places to go shopping, Pentagon City is home to dozens of popular stores, restaurants, and cafes. Just down the road, Crystal City provides shoppers with a very different kind of retail experience. It's comprised of several outdoor strips adorned with art installations and green spaces. There's also an indoor set of shops connected by a series of underground tunnels. Now it's time to hear from you. Did we miss any of your favorites in Arlington? Let us know in the comments section below. And before you go, make sure you give this video a like and subscribe to Viewcation if you haven't already. Click the bell icon to stay updated on all our latest content.